Welcome back, everyone. I'm Chip the Historian, and today we are talking about race cars. More specifically, some of the fastest race cars ever created. So in 1982, the FIA, they're like the FIFA of auto racing. In 1982, the FIA introduced new classes for endurance racing. They had a Group A, B, and C. For the sake of this conversation, we're going to look at Group A as touring cars, Group B are rally cars, and Group C are prototypes, meaning that they had to share very little of anything with actual production cars. Sauber, a Swiss team who had been in GT racing for over a decade at this point, dipped their toe into Group C and started a partnership with BMW, of all people, to be an engine manufacturer while Sauber did most of the other stuff. They didn't do so hot, so in 1987 they switched to Mercedes as an engine manufacturer. Came out and introduced the C7. After this partnership with Mercedes, they introduced a new engine, a twin-turbo V8. And with this new twin-turbo V8, it did all right. There were reliability issues, and so they had struggled. So from 85 to 87, there were slow but steady improvements. And in 86, they won at Nuremberg. 88, same thing. Got better with the reliability, got faster. Something that should be mentioned here is that this is during an era of utter dominance by Porsche. And they had won not only Group C, but also at Le Mans from 82 to 87. Jag finally ended that streak in 88, the same year as Peugeot set the top speed. During this time, Sauber and Peugeot, a French manufacturer, had started a bit of a rivalry on the track, specifically at Le Mans. Who can go the fastest down the Mulsanne straight at Le Mans? Yeah, it was a 6-kilometer long straightaway, which is like a lot of miles. Not a lot of miles, but meh. So in that same year of 1988, Peugeot came out with a car they knew was not going to finish the race at Le Mans. They had one goal: set the highest speed they could down the Mulsanne straight. The P88, Peugeot's 2.8-liter V6 turbo, 253 miles an hour in 1988. The very next year, Mercedes and Sauber came back with the C9. See, great naming schemes here. Came back with the C9, went down the Mulsanne straight at only 400 kilometers an hour. However, in 1989, they being Mercedes and Sauber, they actually finished the race and won. Due to this rivalry between Sauber and Peugeot, for safety reasons, the FIA and the Le Mans track installed a chicane, an S-turn, on the straightaway of the Mulsanne straight. So this has created top speeds and lap times that will never be achieved again. So what happened in 1990? They didn't come to the race. The FIA instituted some more rule changes, and trying to make Group C more open and competitive and cheaper, lowering the bar of entry, they allowed the same engine regulations as Formula One, thinking, oh, people will just buy Formula One engines and put them in these prototypes. Well, as it turns out, Formula One engines are insanely expensive compared to a road-going vehicle's engine that's been modified for race. So in the efforts to make the championship cheaper, the FIA ended up making it more expensive and forcing out manufacturers and privateers. And in doing so, it led to a few years there of strange endurance racing at Le Mans, where we had Mazda win with the rotary, Jaguar won with their Martin Brundle-driven Sonic-looking Silk Spectre, and Sauber and Mercedes continued to develop the car. In fact, came out with the C11, which had a rather well-known driver behind the wheel when it first debuted. That driver being Michael Schumacher, which, if you know anything about racing, is the most winningest F1 racer of all time. Well, no, I think Hamilton beat him. Anyways, Group C was dead by 1993. Just for safety reasons, they can't go that fast.